Wait, what? The camera just turned on! I'm not a writer! No! 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 Okay. That was of course a joke, about the pre-roll. Because I am a bit of a writer, but I'm also a bigger reader. So here we go. At the moment, I'm reading on my Kindle. Yes, I actually read I have a Kindle, mostly because I got it as a Christmas present. No, it was a birthday present, in fact, not a Christmas present. I'm reading the entirety of Sherlock Holmes on the Kindle, and I'm about a little over a quarter of the way through. It's a big thing. It's 60 stories. That's 56 short stories and 4 novels. So, yeah, that's it's quite an undertaking to read, really. Aside from that, I've got a bit of a to-read pile, which include this one, Running with the Demon, by Terry Brooks, which I haven't started yet, but looks very interesting. Let's have a read of the inside cover. On the hottest 4th of July weekend in decades, 2 men have come to Hopewell, Illinois, site of a long and bitter steel strike. One is a demon, a dark servant of the void, who will use the anger and frustration of the community to attain a terrible secret goal. The other is John Ross, a knight of the word, a man who, while he sleeps, lives in the hell the world will become if he fails to change its course on waking. Ross has been given the ability to see the future, but does he have the power to change it? At stake is the soul of a 14-year-old girl, mysteriously linked to both men, and the lives of the people of Hopewell, and the future of the country. This 4th of July, while friends and families picnic in Sinisippi Park, and fireworks explode in celebration of freedom and independence, the fate of humanity will be decided. So that's one of the ones on my to-read pile at the moment. The other one is The Life of Pi by Jan Martel, which I've heard many good things about. So I've decided to read it after I got it at a book sale one time. After the tragic sinking of a cargo ship, one solitary lifeboat remains bobbing on the wild blue Pacific. The crew of the surviving vessel consists of a hyena, a zebra with a broken leg, a female orangutan, a 450-pound Royal Bengal tiger, and Pi, a 16-year-old Indian boy. This scene is set for one of the most extraordinary pieces of literary fiction of recent years. Really sounds really interesting, so I'm going to read that. Now, as I said before, I'm also a writer. So here, this notepad is falling apart because I've taken it so many different places. And this is the stuff I have written. I've done my NaNoWriMo stuff for last year. I didn't finish, and I didn't win, and I've never finished this one. So my basic idea for this one, it was a superhero mixed with Christian mythology and normal and other mythology and all sorts of things. Main character was called Mix, and his secret identity was Van Seaton, and he's from Aberdeen, which is just over that way, sort of. It's the biggest city it's the 3rd biggest city in Scotland. Go find out about it. And his power was basically that he gained abilities while listening to different songs. And the type of power, I made up a whole load of ideas and stuff about it. And it was all based on the it was all based on my interpretation of the song in a lot of ways. So it was quite interesting, and he was given these powers by God and through DNA grafts and stuff, and it worked in my head. And there was all sorts of things, like there was 8 angels that came down from heaven to help him, and one of them was and 7 of them became corrupted to be basically the 7 deadly sins, and the 8. But before that, they were all representing the 8 beatitudes. You know, the things that Jesus said. These people, blah blah blah, like the meek. Blessed are the meek, because they shall inherit the earth, and all that stuff. So there was all sorts of stuff. Like there was also going to be mixtapes. He would gain extra. He would mix his powers up with mixtapes, and I also included that the gods of Olympus and stuff they were like angels that turned up that were flawed, and they were like really powerful and pretended to be gods themselves and stuff. So I had all these different characters who were sort of like basically spawn of angels and stuff, and it was interesting. I had lots and lots of ideas. I've got other pretty cool ideas for a collaboration that I was going to do with my friend Esther, but never got round to doing, which was like a communication between the descendant and an ancestor through time, a dystopian future, 2 point of view characters, each written by one of me and Esther, detective-y sleuthing in the past and the future, and there is going to be a very infectious deadly disease involved. So that would have been a very fun one that I've never gotten around to doing. I've also got ideas for a sort of mix between a vampire virus and a werewolf virus, and sort of like being human but less supernatural. Sort of the idea of a vampire virus and a werewolf virus, but not being proper supernatural stuff. It's just like a medical condition, and it would be these characters living with that, which I found a very interesting idea that I'm thinking about maybe doing as my NaNoWriMo for this year. I've also got ideas for an entire new Marvel universe, because so much of the current one has been fucked up, in my opinion, by continuity that's been missed out and things. So it's been very irritating for me mostly because of the fucking Phoenix Force. If you'll pardon my language, I don't know how to beep it out. I've got all these notes on this one D&D world that I'm gonna do, and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and that's all that's in that notebook. But my grand master plan that I keep forgetting to actually, that I keep not putting anything in, is in this notebook, which is even more tattered and everything. Oh, you can find the first couple of chapters of my NaNoWriMo from last year, and the first chapters that the only chapters that I've actually written of this book one, on one of the blogs that I've got on here, the Just King, the just-king.tumblr.com, and this is I've got basically everything written out in here for this story, but I haven't gotten around to actually writing it out. It's all planned out, and I've got so many ideas for it, but I've got a general plan, but I just haven't gotten the details down for it. The main character is a spawn of a god, and it's set in this sort of it's a mix between a fantasy and a science fiction, and it's mushed together like that, and a whole huge theme in it is magic and science. Can they get along? And magic, you can basically use magic as being very similar to being religious in a lot of ways in this, and it's just basically go religion versus and science, bam, fight, because so many people are so stereotypically hating science because they're religious, and so many blah blah blah. You know what I mean, though. Say yes if you know what I mean. Say yes in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that ramble from me, but yeah, see ya, bye.